You are here with By the Cover. Today we're going to be reviewing One House Left by Vincent Ralph. This book was 307 pages and took me one day to read. I would rate this book a 3 out of 10. This review will contain spoilers, so if you do not want to hear those, click off now. As far as my likes with the book, and there weren't that many, around page 165, there's a small portion of the book where we get to know Seb and Tyler a bit more, and I really enjoyed that portion of the book. There's also a portion around the time where Max's friend passes away that I enjoyed, so kind of getting to know those characters a little bit more and spending some actual quality time with them was decent. I really liked the portion of the book. It's about 80% of the way through, and it's deemed part 2. And from that point onwards, the book starts to shift through the perspectives of the different characters, which I thought was well done. I thought that was the most exciting portion of the book, and I really liked how Seb was towards the end. As far as my dislikes of this book, very, very, very bad pacing. I actually didn't know this was a young adult book, but it definitely read like one. In fact, one of my first thoughts was, this reminds me of R.L. Stine, but it just wasn't a good story, so kind of the structure of how it went along reminded me of him. As far as the characters go, I didn't like the primary character at all. He was extremely bland, and so was his family. The only characters in this book that I liked were the secondary characters. We didn't actually get to know pretty much anything about them until way later in the book, in the parts that I've already mentioned that I liked. And because of this, they just seemed bland throughout most of the book. So I wasn't bonding with any characters the majority of this book. Another thing that I didn't really like is nothing really happened the majority of the book. All of the actual events that matter took place towards the end of the book, and the rest of the time was just going to locations and getting scared. But nothing of true consequence actually happened. I also just didn't bond with the writing in this book. It just wasn't that great. While I did enjoy part 2, Part 3 of this book, the ending was terrible. Overall, I really didn't enjoy this one. I didn't think it really went anywhere. There was a small portion of it that was pretty exciting, and I did love some of the character development that we eventually got, but it wasn't enough to save this book. So that's about it. We'll catch you later.